Hey, go-getters, welcome back. It's a new week, time for a new topic. We call these weekly topic sets. So the set for this week will be on creativity. We're gonna look at perspective on the creative process, being creative. So let's jump right in. One of the first things I found in my effort to consciously become more creative, when you treat creativity like a muscle and try to get better at it, is one of the first useful things to do is to get comfortable with nothing. What I mean by that is get comfortable with the blank canvas, the blank piece of paper. No rules, no lines, no directions, no blueprint, no how-to, none of that. That is where we start, but I find that the more comfortable we can get with the blank page, the more open we are to using creativity to fill it. Most people are not comfortable with a complete blank page in the big metaphorical sense. Everybody argues how they want more freedom and choices and they want to do whatever they want to do and all of that stuff. All of that good stuff. But what most people really mean when you dig into what they are trying to say is they want to make a choice from a subset of choices. Right? People don't like unlimited choice. People don't like no structure, no blueprint, no direction. Many people are very uncomfortable with that. In fact, people will pause more to the lack of structure than they will to difficult structure, complicated structure. People will be paralyzed in trying to decide on what should go there as opposed to taking action with some limited, even if limited, guidance. So step number one is to be aware that many people, if not most, are not comfortable with the lack of instruction, the lack of structure, the lack of detail, the lack of blueprint. But if you can get comfortable with that, you will build a preference for that. In fact, in your life situations where there is the least amount of required structure, rules, and blueprint are going to be the places that you gravitate to, you look for, because that gives you the max ability to express, to do whatever it is you want to create and do. The lack of structure is what often allows that. So lesson number one, or topic number one to think through, is how comfortable are you with the lack of structure, with the lack of details, the lack of blueprint, with the blank piece of page, the blank canvas. Be aware of that. And if you are uncomfortable with it, we're going to work through ways to become more comfortable with it, because that is the place of where anything, truly anything goes.